So guys, David here from M.A.A.C. Cinema.com. We are here today for the screening of Martial Club's Shaolin Avengers. My boy Alex here.
What up?
We're gonna check out the film, see the Q&A, and bring you guys along with us. All right?
You killed my phone. You bet to die. We'll fight like we used to in those days.
When I say Marshall, y'all say club. Marshall.
Club!
Marshall.
Club!
When I say Shao, y'all say Lin. Shao.
Lin!
Shao.
Lin!
When I say Kung Fu, y'all say kicks. Kung Fu.
Kicks!
Kung Fu.
Kicks!
When I say Panda, y'all say Express. Panda.
Express!
Panda. When I say hey, y'all say your social security numbers. Hey!
No!
Oh, y'all so smart. Identity theft is a big deal, and you guys are all on top of it. I like it. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out tonight. My name is Shao. I will be your MC for this evening. Tonight, we will be celebrating the premiere of Martial Club's newest short film, Shaolin Avengers. This is a passion project imbued with the virtues and ethics of traditional martial arts, which is a mission statement that is held so dear by the club. Now, for those who don't know, Martial Club was founded in 2011 by Andy Lee, Brian Lee, and Daniel Not Lee. The three of them worked so hard together. Now, what started out as just three young martial artists messing around with the camera quickly developed into a production team that has now garnered over 700,000 followers on YouTube. Not to mention working on several huge Hollywood productions. I mean, we're talking about huge things like Netflix's Brother Son. That's right. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Flame Broiler, that one time. They served foods and stuff. Yeah. Subway sandwiches. Maybe you guys ate there one time. They've done everything. They're incredible. The truth of the matter is this. Because of their indomitable spirit, there is truly nothing that they can't achieve. So look, before we continue, let me get some housekeeping out the way. One, due to the Frida's policy, please do not film the actual movie that we have premiering tonight. If you do, the boys gotta fight you after the whole premiere. That's not our policy, it's Frida. They got a strict thing, it's a contract, it was wild. The second thing is, we will be having a Q&A after this. We're going to deep dive into figuring out how they came to be, how this film came to be, how they produced it, and everything like that. So please stick around. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, we all love this team. They're incredible. They make my heart melt. I'm so glad to even be here. I'm going to cry while I'm saying but those are real snot for you guys. So, do me the honor, please get up on your feet and help me welcome them to the stage. Y'all ready for this, guys? From the legendary labs of Riverside, God, we got Andy Lee, Brian Lee, David Day, D.Y. Sal, and D.Ma, Martial Club!
Yo! I know you guys saw us warming up in the corner because you know this ain't a martial club screening without some martial arts, right? David, Brian, get into position. Get into position. Stage a little small. Ayo, cuz in the back. You can cue the music.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Turn up.
Let's bring up the squad. Come on, Martial Club. We're gonna start the Q&A at this time. So if you guys all feel like, are we doing questions from the audience? No? Questions from the audience? Yes. Yeah, there? Okay. We have some questions for Martial. Let's bring him up on stage. Yo. Test. Do what? Are you keep your shirt off, or are you gonna keep it? You keep it on. Hey, no one's mad. Yeah, we're gonna go down the line like that. Yeah, nice and sexy. All right, first question: what inspired you guys to make this film?
You want me to go first? Okay. Well, you guys know us. We are constantly inspired. We're constantly seeking new inspiration. And we realize that as martial artists, representing traditional martial arts in this modern age, we're representing a dying art. And for us, it's very, very important that the world know about the power of martial arts, the power of Kung Fu. Because you don't need to be a martial artist, but we believe that everybody should aspire towards greatness in some way, shape, or form. So we like to preach that message to the world through martial arts.
What inspired us to make this film? Well, does art, like, as long as you're inspired, you don't need a real reason as long as you're inspired. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry, this is a surreal moment right now. Just give me a second. I'm grateful for you guys. Okay. Yeah, I remember during this time, there was a lot of industry stuff happening our way. And I remember at a specific point, we were grateful for all of it, but we were also overwhelmed. And we also needed some time to retreat and get back into our martial arts roots. Because why did we start this to begin with? Martial arts. We did this because of martial arts. As you can tell, how martial arts as hell this movie is. Anyway, so we did a retreat. I think it was like 2 weeks, training camp. And in those 2 weeks of just training camp, the birth of this script was written in 30 minutes. And when you are inspired and it just kind of comes out, you don't question, because that is the universe speaking to you, and you are just filtering through artistry. Yeah. So it was a 2-week retreat, and we birthed this script, and then we're just like, yo, we're taking a halt on everything, and we're just gonna make this film. And I just want to take a moment for Anyone who's in the cast and crew, please stand up. Anyone who helped us on the set, anyone who helped us post-production, anyone. Jenny, Kevin, you guys all stand up. Yeah, everyone. Yep. I just want to say that it's not just us. It was a whole crew, a whole team. Oh, man, Mom and Dad, can you please stand up, please? It's not just us that brought this to life. It's the whole cast and crew, and we worked on a real budget. We shot out of my mom's garage, literally. So everyone got down and dirty and just fought. It really felt like a war zone. It was what? How many days of shooting? 8 days of shooting, and it was a real war zone. And yeah, sorry, I digressed from the question, but yes, inspiration was the answer. Sorry.
What was the question again? Sorry.
What Andy just said right now, what inspired you?
Okay. First off, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. The true inspiration, all of us here, Dima, Andy, DY, and I, we all grew up on a lot of Kung Fu classics back in the day. Shaw Brothers, Golden Harvest, Bruce, Donnie, Jet, Jackie, you name it, And this film here, it's just one of the many martial arts stories we want to tell. And I'm grateful that we had the opportunity to do it. Thank you.
Oh man. Oh, it's cool. I'm gonna say something. Thank you all for being here. It's a Friday night, and you guys decide to spend it with us, and it means a lot. Not just for this night, but like I saw the support Andy and Brian's parents gave to him since he was young, bringing him to Southern California Wushu Academy. And we went to another gym and he followed us. And, hats off to those that supported every day along the way, not knowing what was gonna happen from doing martial arts. So thank you to everyone who's helped our whole lives. And I say that because I want to thank my wife. Thank my wife and my kids for being here. It means a lot. And it's just the beginning. But what's important is the journey. So thank you guys.
Sorry, totally. So, if you guys see the underlying theme story of the film, it's about Kung Fu being a dying art. And us growing up on Kung Fu films, seeing Kung Fu films going down, we felt like we were the ones at Martial Club to do our best to keep it alive. And we just wanted to reflect that sentiment on the screen to where Kung Fu is literally a dying art that only exists in a garage. So, anyways, that was the underlying story, and that kind of was what triggered the sentiment of the film. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow, you guys knocked out 8 of the questions on this part already. So, yeah, let's just freestyle some questions. Andy, I got a question for you. What color hair are you gonna dye your hair next?
I like red.
Okay, solid answer. Great. How did you guys approach the fight choreography for this one?
Oh, you want to talk about fight?
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it. Let's do it.
What's up? Dicey, you can start.
Well, we very much believe in story propelled through action, right? So we want to tell the story of what's really happening in the world. Kung Fu is a dying art because we live in a modern era where plenty of things threaten to expose the obsolescence of this thing that we hold so dear. But we want to show the world that they're wrong to think that, because everybody needs to strive for excellence, and we find that through the practice of Kung Fu. So we want to tell that through the storytelling. We want to tell that story through our movement. And each one of us has been practicing in our own right for a long, long time. And it's this perfect opportunity to express the fruits of our labor through the choreography. So as you guys saw, it was a lot of two worlds colliding. The old way, the traditional way, versus this new contemporary way. And when the two meet, we find that it's not completely one, it's not completely the other, but we find the medium. And we find the treasures that exist in the old and the treasures that exist in the new.
Holy wow. Can we just applaud D-Ma for using the word obsolescence? Y'all hear that? Obsolescence? My man.
Well,
Andy, use a big word now. Let's do it. Big word, man. Onomatopoeia. Throw it in there.
let's go. As you guys can see, going back to the sentiment we were talking about Kung Fu films dying, each and every one of us in the film we crafted to represent an era of Kung Fu films. If the real Kung Fu fans, if you guys paid attention, you guys might pick it up. Brian represented the Shaw Brothers era, 36 Chambers of Shaolin, as you guys saw. Right? I'm obviously a big Bruce Lee, Jackie fan. D-Ma represented the scholar, the one who looks after the school, the Wong Fei Hung, the 90s era. So each of us represented a different style, a different era of Kung Fu films.
I was thinking that too.
And the funny thing is, we didn't really need to try with the choreography in the sense that like crafting it kind of just came to us because we kind of already lived this. And as long as it was inspired, yeah, it was all inspired, so I guess inspiration.
Just following along from what you said about inspiration, I'm a huge believer in life inspiring art, inspiring life. So, for example, Andy, right? His character was very Bruce Lee-esque with like a twist of like drunken master. You know, you can see the little thing going on. So, at the time, he was training like relentless Bruce Lee style, drunken style. So as we're writing the script and as we're going, it just came so naturally because it's true inspiration, you know? It's not from a place, it's not from our consciousness, but it's from our subconscious. Yeah.
DY, as far as for DY's, DY, you guys may not know this about him, but his martial arts, like, he's a wushu champion.
Yep.
He has a very deep reservoir of martial arts, and me, Brian, and D-Ma, we're big fans of DY, so as far as digging into DY's reservoir, we were already fans of him, so we already knew all your defaults that look good onto camera. So working with DY was like putting pieces to the puzzle that
It was like clockwork, it just worked.
yeah. Anyways, that's it, right? That's it.
Yeah, DY!
Yeah, DY!
Let me ask you guys, from pre-production to finalizing everything, post, how has your guys' vision like evolved and changed from original conception to now?
Oh, original conception, okay. For the most part, it looks exactly how we visualize it actually. Because it's like I said, if it's not from the conscious, it's from the subconscious, and that's our true inspiration. So it just spilled on clockwork, you know. But the one thing that we did add was during that time we were playing a lot of Street Fighter 6 because Street Fighter 6 came out. So all those splash marks and the blood and the tear, you know, that was something that we added on in post that was not planned.
Shout out to Joseph Lee.
Yeah, shout out to Joseph Lee.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, as far as the post-production goes, like Brian said, the film kind of grows with you. It took like a year to put this film like post together. Only we all kind of needed a break to go back to our roots. But when we picked it up again, we were different people. So the film kind of grows with you as you evolve. And like Brian said, we were like we were playing Street Fighter 6 a lot. So I got into breaking. I actually entered a B-boy jam. I got smoked, but as you can see, even in the music too, like we're like musicality, or like 8 counts, this and that, and so it kind of grows with you. And we're firm believers of just we're not like limited to just being actors or martial artists or directors. We're just vessels to where art just kind of flows through us, and it can go any and all direction.
Damn, I sound woo, bro.
And it just all goes to show that the things we produce, the films we make, these are living, breathing things, just like we are living, breathing things, just like you are living, breathing things. So it's all about communicating what's in our hearts to yours. These are the things we truly care about. These are the things that we want to bless the world with because we've been blessed by it. So when we do these things, when we make these films, they evolve with us, they grow with us. From the time we conceive these ideas, to the time we shoot it, to the time we put the finishing stamp on it in post. Like, it has changed just as much as we have. And all the fruits of our labor, we intend to share with you guys.
Yeah. Obsolescence, for sure. Final question. Let me ask you guys. This seems to be the first statement that Martial Club has to make of many in the future. So, what is your guys' future goals, or what's next for Martial Club?
Well, like we said earlier, Kung Fu is a dying art in so many ways. When you go to a Kung Fu school, you are the last bastion of a great empire, you know? So we have to keep this alive. And we try to spread that culture, that mentality through our films. Because everybody has something to learn from film. Everybody has something to be inspired by. And as long as we have the stage for however long we have it, we want to say something worthwhile, something that is going to bless you, and something that is going to help you live your better life. So that is our goal. We hope that this is the first statement of many statements, and we hope that each and every time you see what we've been working on, and you take something from that to make yourself greater.
Like you said earlier, this film didn't have a reason to be produced. It was just we just felt like we wanted to, and we were just inspired to do so. But we feel so strongly about the sentiment of this film that, how would you guys like it if we launched this into, like, you know, a feature film version? That's on our wish list. We'll see how it goes, but I believe in the laws of the universe, and I trust that fate will have its way. Next question.
You guys want to go down the line?
You good?
Well, let's open it up to the audience. If there's any questions, please raise your hand, and I will run over lickety split. You already got me. Okay, here we go.
Are you ready? Okay, so if M.A.A.C was the representation of, say, 90s martial arts, Kung Fu, Hong Kong action cinema, Andy represented Bruce Lee, Jackie, then we have the Shaw brothers and Brian. If DY's style you could define, but from the perspective of the antagonist style, is there a statement that you're trying to make about the type of style that he's doing versus all of yours?
The antagonist means bad guy, right? What was your question again?
Basically, the three of you, yeah, I know, Dima and I like looked at each other, he just like was like, yeah, I got it. But you know, like basically if DY's style represents something in terms of the overall theme of the story, and it's antagonist to yours, is there a statement about martial arts that you're trying to make by using his specific style as the antagonist's style in telling your story?
Thank you. Excellent question. And just like, yeah, very good question. Just like Brian said, art imitates life, imitates art, and so on and so forth, right? We live in a world of rapidly modernizing technology, culture, society, all of that. And the lesson that we are learning as martial artists, the lesson that we have to learn lest our practice become truly obsolete, is that we have to constantly innovate. Like nowadays, when on the front of martial arts, we have mixed martial arts, which is quickly exposing the flaws in our traditional martial arts if we don't practice with the right mindsets. And that's true on screen, that's true in real life. We have to keep that open mind and constantly seek for the better way. That is the spirit of Kung Fu. And we are learning to do that as martial artists, and we're learning to do that as filmmakers. So when you're faced with that challenge, you can either keep it at arm's length and see yourself fall by the wayside, or you can embrace what's good and reject what's useless and become better and make other people better in turn.
Any other questions from the audience? Just hands up. All right, let's come down this way.
I heard it.
Good Josh, nice. I know that you guys tend to handle everything in-house when it comes to, you know, action design, filming, acting, stunts, editing, and all that. And I know that you guys, you tend to kind of teach yourself and learn things along the way. So what was one thing that you learned from developing this project?
Don't try to do everything yourself. Yeah, us coming up on YouTube, we came up with like nothing, 0 to no budget to work with. So we were used to, and we had this habit of just doing everything ourselves. And when it came to a film of this scale, this was the first time like we brought out like a professional camera crew. Shout out to Koi and the team. We're just coordinating like all like the stunt extras and the costumes and all that, and it was just like overwhelming to where too much logistics. 'Cause I believe like as artists and as directors, we need to stay in the temple of creative artistry. And so when we're like trying to stay in the temple, we're trying to create the fight scenes or create like the narrative, and you got all these logistics you also got to deal with. It can kind of be overwhelming. So we had to learn to really let go and just learn to just, especially if you have a clan of like entrusted friends and family that you know would go to war with you, trust them with it, and because they won't let you down. And that's my biggest lesson I learned, but did you guys learn anything?
Damn, okay. Oh, I can see people now. Anyways, yeah, I think one of the biggest lessons I learned was to trust our own intuition, because a lot of times working in the industry, it's a little more difficult for new creatives to take risks, because imagine the industry as like a big machine with a system that already, like, it's a big machine with the system that has its way of how things already work. But for something new to be created, you have to take risks, and you have to, essentially, you need to break the rules and create something new, because if you don't create something new, it's all it is a copy clone of something that has already been done. So, the thing I learned the most is to trust our intuition, even if it means breaking the rules of what's standard now.
And for me, I think this project bore a lot of fruit about being a man, because the circumstances under which we made this film were crazy. Like, he's not joking when he said it was 8 days of war, just back to back to back to back shooting. And my wife and I, Tracy, is sitting here in the second row. We were about to get married like 2 weeks after this. Oh, wow. So like it was crazy, you know, like we were under punches and we were trying to figure out problems, and there were so many gears turning at the same time. And yeah, like Andy said, it was a lot of collaboration. It was a lot of trusting each and every section of this big, big body of work to do its parts. But more than that, it was just, everybody reached that point during the production where it's like, I'm running on fumes. You know, we didn't get much sleep last night. Our bodies are broken, but we are so alive because we're being kept alive by a passion that's born within us, and the passion that we can clearly see burning in the hearts of everybody working around us. So like there was this really strong sense of camaraderie, sense of family, and learning how powerful people can be when they share the same vision, when they share the same heart. It's really, really amazing. And I learned how much you can trust yourself and how much you can trust your friends.
Sorry, I just want to say, I learned, or it confirmed what I knew from the beginning, that if we just do it, we can actually make a feature film. And it has to be spearheaded by Andy Lee. For some reason, this guy, I've met a lot of people in my life, all right? And this guy, he's an exception to like every rule. He can get away with very little compromise. That's just who he is, and I don't know where he got it. Maybe he got to thank his parents, but if he leads it, it'll work.
I think we have one more question over there. We have time for one more. Let's bring it over here.
All right.
make this one count. This is the big question. All right, final question. Here we go. All right, what is it?
All right, guys. Yo. Well, I just want to say this is ridiculously awesome, man. Great job, all of you. So I got two questions. How long did it take for you guys to film this project? And those shirts are so awesome. Where can we purchase those t-shirts?
So the shooting schedule, it was a total of 8 shooting days. But it's not just 8 shooting days, it's like 8 fucking shooting days. That's what I'm saying. It's like 8 days of hell, you know? And if you like these shirts, just let us know and maybe we'll open up the merch line again. Who knows? Yeah.
8 shooting days. How many days of action was it though? It was 1 day per each fight. 5 days per fight, so that's 3 days narrative. So I hope you guys like fight scenes because there was a lot of fighting here. We gotta bring it back to the Hong Kong style, you know, like the 20-minute fight scenes at the end of the movie to finish. Any other questions, or we ciao?
I got a question.
We got one more. Let's do one more in. All right, let's do it. Let's bring it back.
Your favorite martial arts films and your favorite martial arts film and your favorite, or your personal favorite martial arts actor.
That's a good fucking one.
Iron Monkey, Bruce Lee.
There you go.
Favorite martial arts film, Shaolin Avengers. Favorite martial arts actor, M.A.A.C.
Whoa. No.
My favorite martial arts film would be The Story of Rikyo. Who knows this? And so the story of Rikyo is, it's technically a martial arts film with a lot of blood and gore in it, but the only thing is that they go over the top. When you think it's over the top, they go even more, and that's what I believe is truest expression right there. It's like whatever the boundaries are, fuck all that, they went above, you know? And as for my favorite martial arts actor, I would say M.A.A.C. as well. I think the reason being is because I believe DY really embodies the true warrior spirit. And I'm not talking just a punch and kick, because a beginner can do a punch and kick. A punch is literally just this, right? But it's about how you do the punch. DY will put his whole life behind that punch, and when he does, he means it. And then I see it, bro. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, DY South my favorite.
DY took my answer, so I'm going to go ahead and say this little known film called Martial Club. That is the namesake. That is how we named ourselves. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it. It's a Shaw Brothers film from 1981. It'll change your life. My favorite actor, there's a lot of them, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a definitive answer. I like Yoon Bio because there's something about Yoon Bio, you know, like he walked amongst giants, just like I walk amongst giants.
Nice man, coming, man.
Thank you, man. But I say that sincerely because, like, there's a line at the end of Troy. I don't know if you guys have seen it, where he said, like, when all is said and done for me, let it be said that I walked in the days of Achilles. Let it be said that I walked in the days, you know, of all these legendary people. And I believe that's what's happening for me. Like, I am blessed beyond measure to be able to witness the greatest screen acting martial artists in all of history. You know, that's a bold statement, but I think history will prove me true. So to be able to like stand side by side with them and to witness that, whether it's close or whether it's far, I'm truly, truly blessed. So, Yoon Bio got to do that, I get to do that with these guys.
Woo! Let's give it up one more time for Martial Club, everybody!